Hello. Welcome to what is going to be a very different video. This week I was out of town, so I didn't have time to edit one of my analysis. Normally I would just release a miraculous episode rundown or another one of my usual vids that doesn't require much editing, but I decided that this was a good opportunity to branch out and try something new. This video is going to be about a mistake I made in the last video I uploaded. Did BoJack ruin Dr. Champ's life? I'm making this video because I feel that it's important for creators who are more personal with their audiences, YouTubers, to acknowledge when a mistake has been made so that they don't develop some kind of god complex. In my case specifically, I've often advertised this channel as a type of book club, a place where everyone can come to discuss a media after having consumed it. A discussion means nothing if a party is not willing to acknowledge when they've messed up, it's just words being thrown out. This is my channel, and yeah, that means I have the loudest voice, but I'm not the only voice, and I'm not always the best voice. So hopefully I can keep myself humble by making a video like this. Alright, let's get to it. Last week I made a video asking the question, did BoJack ruin Dr. Champ's life? In the video, one of my arguments was about justifying Dr. Champ chugging down the vodka while thinking it was water. Here I bring up the concepts of headcanons and suspension of disbelief. Everything in the video I say I still believe to be correct, but I missed a very important detail. Many of you pointed out this detail in various ways, but I'm gonna give the credit to Cyan the Bigger Daddy. The crap is that name? Thank you, Cyan, for forcing me to read that name out loud. Cyan's comment was the first one to make me realize I made a mistake. It reads, I'm surprised no one brought up the rule of passives. A setting should abide by the rules of reality consistently unless stated otherwise in the setting. This is true. The rule of passives, which I don't think is its official name, but whatever, is a must for a fictional story. All fiction starts with reality, so the audience has to assume everything about reality applies to the fictional world unless stated otherwise. I didn't bring this up in the video mainly because I didn't think about it while script writing. In fact, I've never thought about it. It's always something I've believed but never took the time to focus on. Does the rule of passive make me wrong? No. But by not bringing it up, I made my argument more confusing than it should have been. I would have worded it very differently if I had this concept in mind. Not bringing up this concept is like trying to explain physics to someone who has absolutely no knowledge of it and failing to start by explaining relativity. Without relativity, despite it being such a simple concept, physics is confusing and looks somewhat idiotic. And that's how my argument looks to a lot of people. Confusing and somewhat idiotic. So with the rule of passives in mind, I'm going to re-explain what I was trying to say in the original video. Dr. Champ chugs down the bottle of vodka disguised as a water bottle. Most people are not willing to believe this. Why? Because of the rule of passives. We know vodka tastes nothing like water. Our brains need to rationalize why Dr. Champ would keep drinking despite the fact being true. So to rationalize it, we use headcanons. The headcanon the majority of people chose to accept is that Dr. Champ must have known on the first sip and continued to drink. This is the headcanon that is based off of reality. It isn't that water and vodka have the same taste. Many people in the comment section were telling me that it's ludicrous to say vodka and water have different tastes is a headcanon. They're right. It's not a headcanon. It's canon thanks to the rule of passives. And if you go back and watch the video, I never actually say that. I never say that vodka not tasting like water is a headcanon. Funny thing is though, even though I never said this in the original video, in the comment section I was actually defending that it could be. I was defending a point I never made in the video and one that wasn't true. Again, this is because I completely neglected the rule of passive. If I had that on my mind, I would have gone back and rewatched the video wondering where I made such a stupid argument, and I would have realized that I didn't. The rule of passive tells us that vodka does not taste like water. So to rationalize it, people come up with the headcanon that Dr. Champ must have known what he was drinking on the first drop. And this is not a bad headcanon, it isn't even one I'm trying to debunk. My point that I made in the video about Dr. Champ possibly losing all sense of taste is not something I actually believe. I was just trying to give an example of another headcanon that's derived from the same rule of passive. This isn't even a good example, as some of you have pointed out, because there's also the fact that vodka feels differently going down your throat. As stated in the original video, when I first watched the clip, I didn't come up with a headcanon at all. I chose to suspend my disbelief. I simply ignored the fact that vodka tastes so different from water because it seemed like a minor detail, and I was into where the story was going. The same way you ignore a talking horse without asking questions about evolution, biology, etc. The rule of passive. Yeah, not mentioning it was my mistake, and I will keep that in mind going forward. But I know what a lot of you are thinking. Shady, this isn't the only mistake you made. Your original points are still wrong because X and Y. Well, good news. Sunday, December 15th, it should be the day after this video's release, I will be live streaming at 5 p.m. Eastern. The topic of the stream will be the Dr. Champ video and the whole situation it's describing. A lot of people disagree with me on this video, and similar to how I did Tuka and Birdie, I want to discuss your opinions both in the comment section and in the live chat. So if you want to continue the discussion, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it does well, I'll consider doing more like these. The new year is around the corner, and as always, it makes me want to branch out and try new things. Anyway, take care.